Calvin says in the Institutes that there are two great things that we need to do that are connected. And the first is to know God, and the second is to know yourself. And so then Calvin goes through the Institutes in the 4 books, essentially doing that, showing us how to know God, and then showing us how God in his law reveals what we should be, and then how in his mediating Son saves us from the consequences of not being what we should be. But we start with knowing God. The Bible is profoundly theocentric. Life is meant to be profoundly theocentric. We are not at the centre, God is at the centre. And when we get to realise that, when we get to learn that well, then knowing God becomes the goal of our life, knowing and glorifying God. And the thing is that as we get to know God, we get to know what we should be as the image of God. We know that as we look at God, we need to be holy because he is holy. As we look at God, we need to be true because he is true. We need to be loving because he is loving, compassionate because he's compassionate, forgiving because he's forgiving. All these things are quotations from the New Testament where people pick up on the attributes of God that are communicable and they refer to them directly to the human being who is meant to be created in the image of God. And so as we get to know God, and especially as we get to know God in the person and work of Jesus Christ, then we get to know what the image of God is meant to be and how we can work towards being the image of God that we're meant to be through faith in his Son. So knowing God helps us to know what we should be, and knowing God then helps us to move towards what we should be in the gospel and in the strength of God.